So I'm going to walk you through a claim. You are in California. California is comparative negligence. That means each person pays the percentage that they're at fault for. You are on a highway, stop and go, you're stopped, you're doing everything right, you get rear-ended. You are not at fault, you're injured, your car is disabled. The cops come, they write a police report, everything looks good, the other person gets a ticket. You've done all your documentation, you've gotten out, you've taken pictures of the person driving, as well as the participants, the license plate number, the damage, possible scene photos, all kinds of good stuff. So you've done that, you're good to go. You were taken from the scene by an ambulance. The ambulance, they took you to the hospital. They said, well, take some painkillers, send you home. Now you don't know where your car is. You have no car, you have no vehicle, you have no transportation. You're injured. So you need to give your insurance company a call. And I am assuming that you are covered under your policy, that it's, and you have a discussion with the claim handler. Now, under your policy, you are required to report a claim, and you are required to participate in the investigation. You call your claim handler. They say, holy smokes, you were hit and you're not at fault and you're injured. We don't know where your car is. You say, but you're the insurance company. You should know where my car is at all times. Well, that's not true. We do not know where your vehicle is at all times. We don't have crystal balls. We will try to, usually the tow yard will give you a card. They'll give you a call, say, hey, come pay us. This is in paid storage, we want to be paid. So you're like, well, I'm not at fault for this accident. I'm injured and I should not have to go through my insurance. I've said this several times. Would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? That's why I always maintain low deductibles and high policy limits, and I drive safely. So let's say that you say, okay, I'm going to pay my deductible. We're going to go through my own insurance. Basically, the big insurance companies will handle everything for you. They will get the phone number that called you about your car, get the location, get it moved. Usually there's 2 moves per claim. Take it to a shop they work with, easy peasy. You make a injury claim with the other person, and you work through that process. So here's a different scenario. So you're not at fault for the claim. There's the same claim scenario. But you say, well, I'm not going through my own insurance. I don't care what you say or any guidance or anything. I'm not at fault. I'm going to go through their insurance. Well, you need to, provided you have that information, first of all. Sometimes the police reports can take a couple weeks to get. During the pandemic, they were delayed and a lot of them were getting lost. So you have to be able to locate the person's insurance. You call them up, provided that they do have insurance. So you have to understand that, especially in California, I'm not quite sure why, but there's a lot of uninsured people. And a lot of these policies out there, and I can name a few, they're very low. It's a very low fee to, the monthly fee. The reason why is because they're only going to cover, their policies are very, very specific. They're only going to cover the name insured on the policy, no permissive drivers, and they're very strict. They won't cover them if they're working or any kind of the stuff like that. But if you get it with a major insurance company and you have good insurance, that kind of works out. So you're covered, which is what you want to be. So you call the insurance company. It's not like one of these companies that I won't mention. They do have insurance. They're going to take a look at it. They're going to take a look at the evidence, and then they're going to say, well, where's your vehicle? You're going to say it's in storage, paid storage. Well, we need to get it out of there. You need to pick a shop. We'll do 2 tows, reasonable, within and within a couple miles the closest repair facility, and that'll be we'll get everything taken care of. You'll file an injury claim. We'll go through that. We'll take a look at the medical bills, and then a claim adjuster for bodily injury will give you a call. So let's say that you are rear-ended by a commercial vehicle. There are some trucking companies out there, and there are some commercial companies out there that are self-insured. Basically, they have the assets that if all claims came due at one time, they would be able to pay them, out of the money they put aside. The thing about self-insured, though, is they usually don't work with any shops. They just, it's a general release or bodily injury release or property damage release process where you're always having to give releases. Sometimes they will, if they're at fault, they can't not pay for a claim. They're going to really press you signing releases, which means the claim's there. But they can pay the shop, and they issue a check to the shop after they send out an appraiser, and they'll offer it to the name of the shop and to your name, and then you'll both sign the check for it. And that's a way to limit property damage. And they're going to tell you have to mitigate your damages. You need to minimize your cost no matter what it takes. If that means going through your own insurance, that's what it takes. So you have to really think about, again, making sure that you're fully insured with comp, collision, and, of course, liability is mandatory, but with comp and collision, and then the U coverage is always good. It's just easier. And you won't, when you're dealing with self-insurance, they're going to keep an eye on everything. They're going to keep an eye on the rental car. They're going to try to pay you loss of use instead of a rental car. They're going to have to, everything's going to be kind of nickeled and dimed. So, that's one thing you do have to watch out for. And let's say that you are, again, same scenario. You are rear-ended. The person drives away. You don't know who they are. That's why it's important to have uninsured motorist, so that your insurance company, usually in some states, it's a reduced deductible or no deductible. They will say, okay, we verified that this guy drove away. They're at fault for the accident. You're not, and we're going to do that. So that's very important to always maintain as uninsured motorist. And then you're dealing with people that don't have insurance that pull off to the side of the road. And, if you can go, if they don't have insurance, then they've done what we call, they've chosen to self-insure, which is not legal, but, it is what it is. So the insurance company, if you go through your insurance company, they'll do everything they can to get those monies from the person specifically. Doing that yourself is going to be difficult. You'd have to go through a small claims court or something, or get a judgment, and then you'd have to figure out how to get the money. So I hope this has been helpful. We will talk about jurisdictions and total losses and all that kind of good stuff in later videos. Remember to subscribe if you like the video, and give me a thumbs up. And I'll keep producing the videos. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye.